Hello everybody, I'm Justin.
And I'm Nick.
And we are Fans Football in the Zone. So now that Week 9 is officially through, we saw a lot of bounce backs and breakthroughs this week. And let's get straight to the recap. And the first game this week started off with a Thursday night game. And the Miami Dolphins defeated the Cincinnati Bengals with their final score of 22-20. And Giovanni Bernard, I love him going forward. I think he could be a nice play for you. And I think he has the most upside in that backfield.
Yeah. I also like Mike Wallace. I think since Brandon Gibson going out for the season, I think he'll draw more targets. And from that Thursday night game, Tannehill been targeting him more.
And Brandon Gibson also scored a lot of touchdowns, so maybe he'll get a couple more
might get
passes.
More touchdowns.
Now, next game, Carolina Panthers defeated the Falcons 34-10, and Jonathan Stewart, he played, and if he's on your waiver wire, pick him up because he could be a nice play going forward as a flex option.
Yeah, I think he could help you in the stretch.
And Roddy White, do you think he has any value going forward?
I think he has a little bit of value only when he's 100% around playoff time. But when he's 50, 60%, I don't think he's any more than a flex.
He must be really hurt because Roddy White hasn't missed games. Yeah, so when he misses these games, he's really hurt.
Big,
and also, but when he comes back, he's going to see the bulk of the targets because Julio is out.
Down. But they still have Tony and Douglas who've been playing good.
The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Minnesota Vikings 27-23. And Tony Romo in November is a fantasy star. And he's always a fantasy star, but
he scores tons of points.
Especially
around
around playoff time. He's great. The New York Jets defeated the New Orleans Saints 26-20. And Chris Ivory, He's inconsistent, but I think he could be a nice stash for you. And depending on the matchups, because he's not every week play, but 2 weeks ago he had 30 carries, and last week he really didn't do anything. But he runs hard, and he's getting the more targets, and he's probably their number one right now. And he took Bilal Powell's spot.
And with the good matchup, I think he's a pretty decent flex play.
Yeah, I want to play him every week, but I think he could be a nice matchup play or a bye week replacement. But the next game is the Tennessee Titans defeated the St. Louis Rams with the final score of 28-21. And a player I want to talk about, Zach Stacy. Zach Stacy had a big week. He scored 2 touchdowns and he had 127 yards. And I think going forward he could be a low end too. And I think he has a lot of value right now.
I like Zach Stacy a lot. He's probably not on your waiver wire, but by any chance if he is, pick him up.
He also took Darryl Richardson's spot. The next game is the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Bills 23-13. And if Jeff Toole gets another start, do you think he has any value?
I don't think he has any value because the Bills don't have much wide receiver weapons outside of Stevie Johnson.
Alex Smith was a fantasy disappointment this week.
Yeah.
Do you think he has any value?
I think he could be a low end 2 in 2 quarterback leagues and maybe a bye week replacement. Nothing more.
The Redskins defeated the San Diego Chargers, and the Chargers, Keenan Allen, we said we loved him this week, and I just think he's going to see more targets.
Yeah, I like him. In my bold prediction, I said he would outscore Des Bryant, and I was right.
RG3 also, I think he's 100%. He's running and he's taking hits and he's running for extra yards. He jumped over a defender to get a first down.
He'll have a lot more rushing yards.
You didn't see that in the beginning of the year from him. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Oakland Raiders, with the final score of 49-20. And Nick Foles, he had a perfect passer rate. He had a perfect passer rating, and he threw 7 touchdowns with 0 turnovers. I wouldn't jump on him right away. I think he could be a nice bye week replacement or in a 2 quarterback league, but I don't think he's gonna be like this every week.
Nick Foles, 7 touchdowns, that ties the record.
That was a big surprise. I didn't think he was gonna have a big week, but he did.
If you started him, probably helped you to win.
The next game is the Seattle Seahawks defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-24, and we normally don't see a lot of teams get a lot of points against Seattle offensively, but Mike James, Mike Lennon, and Timothy Wright, all these guys had a lot of points, and I didn't expect that. And do you think you could play guys against Seattle?
I think this was a fluke. Who's gonna expect the Bucs to do this?
Yeah, this week was really crazy. Yeah. The next game is the New England Patriots defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers with the final score of 55-31, and Tom Brady, he's back in the fantasy world.
I think he's back in the fantasy world. This performance looked pretty scary.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be a 1 going forward.
He has all his weapons back. Hopefully you were able to buy low on him because he has his weapons back. He's finding targets, and even these young receivers started to emerge with him. The next game is the Colts defeated the Houston Texans 27-24. And Andre Johnson, do you think he's back with 3 touchdowns in the first half?
Well, I think he might be back. Well, all season he got a lot of targets, but just no touchdowns. But in the end of the day, his quarterback's still Case Keenum.
But new quarterbacks find new guys, and I think
Andre Johnson isn't really new.
But I'm saying he hasn't really done anything with any other quarterback. So I think he's going to see the bulk of the targets going forward, and I think he could be a nice start depending on the matchup. And the guy I said I like this week is T.Y. Hilton, and he performed. He scored 3 touchdowns, and I think Andrew Luck has found his new target this week.
Yeah, and I think also Darius Heyward-Bey can be a wide receiver 4.
The Bears are playing the Packers this week, and give me a quick sleeper.
A quick sleeper that I like Jared Boykin or Alshon Jeffrey. The reason I like Alshon Jeffrey tonight is because he got the new backup quarterback, and new guys find new targets, as he said.
Yeah. I think, who do you think's going to perform better? Quick answer, Matt Forte or Eddie Lacy?
Matt Forte. They're going to use him in the passing game more.
Yeah, and also they're going to hand the ball off a lot with the backup quarterback. But nothing against Eddie Lacy. He's going to have a monster day, too.
Game.
But that's it for now, and thanks for watching, everybody, and follow us on Twitter at FfInTheZone and ask us some questions.